Yes, friends, exciting news today. There are brand new arrival dates that have been confirmed. Starting this week, Ford stimulus checks will be deposited, and you can receive these new inflation relief payments in just a few days. Several cities and states have agreed to send out extra financial aid to their residents. Massachusetts has agreed to send out $500 payments, and Oregon has agreed to send out $600 payments. So friends, please make sure you watch until the end of this video for this new stimulus timeline. And to say thank you for watching every day, I'm giving away 4 $75 Walmart gift cards every week. Please enter these giveaways by clicking and then liking several of my videos, and also commenting below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways.
On another matter, 2 years ago, the American people elected a president who claimed he would govern as a uniting moderate. Underscoring that mandate, voters gave him unusually small coattails, the slimmest possible majority in Congress. The all-Democratic government inherited an economy that was, by every account, already primed and ready for economic recovery. Vaccines were already flooding the country. Major bipartisan stimulus had just passed literally days earlier. And remember, before the temporary COVID shock, years of Republican policies had our economic fundamentals humming along: low inflation, low unemployment, robust growth, an outstanding trifecta for working families. To put it as plainly as possible, Democrats had one job: just don't mess things up. But alas, fast forward to today. Overall inflation is a staggering 13.2% since President Biden and his party came into power. Consumer prices through the roof. Supply chain chaos, left and right. The worst single year for both grocery inflation and electricity inflation since the fallout back in the Jimmy Carter era. The stock market has plummeted below where it was when President Biden took office, cutting the value of America's retirement savings just as the cost of living has soared. America's real wages, our citizens' buying power after inflation, is lower today than it was the moment President Biden put his hand on the Bible. Democrats asked for total control. They got total control, and they created total disaster. The net effect of this far-left policy experiment has been the equivalent of an all-out economic warfare against the American middle class.
Over 300,000 low-income essential workers across the state of Massachusetts are beginning to receive their second round of stimulus checks. The $500 payments were scheduled to be mailed out as part of the Baker administration's Crisis Essential Employee Premium Program. The first set of these payments were announced in February and distributed to about 480,000 people in March. This round of payments offers another $165 million in relief funding to an estimated 330,000 eligible residents. Eligibility is based on 2021 Massachusetts tax returns. To qualify, workers had to have made at least $13,500 and seen their total income at or below 300% of the federal poverty level. But friends, those who received a payment in the first round or who received unemployment benefits in 2021 are not eligible for the second round. Massachusetts executive branch employees who received a one-time crisis-related payment from the state are also ineligible. Nearly 250,000 low-income Oregon households will begin to receive one-time payments of $600 from the state of Oregon as early as this week, due to a law passed by the Oregon legislature earlier this year. More than 236,000 households are set to receive this payment. In order to qualify, a member of a household must have received the Oregon Earned Income Tax Credit on their 2020 tax filing and lived in Oregon for at least the later half of 2020. The $600 is not subject to state or federal income tax. The total amount of one-time assistance will be around $141.8 million. The bill passed the state's House and the Senate with bipartisan support. It was introduced as a means of supporting low-income residents who were working and who helped the state continue to function during the first year of the crisis. The state of Rhode Island will send a one-time payment of $250 per child, and that's thanks to a state budget surplus. Rhode Island households can receive a payment for up to 3 dependent children for a maximum of $750. Those children must have been listed as your dependent on your 2021 federal and state income tax returns. Taxpayers must earn $100,000 or less to be eligible for this payment. These child tax rebates will be issued automatically starting in October 2022. Taxpayers filing their 2021 state tax returns on extension by October 2022 will receive their rebates in December of this year. Also, friends, Hawaii taxpayers will soon be receiving their tax refund. Hawaii Governor David Ige said that as of right now, approximately $294 million was being released to taxpayers. The State Department of Taxation on Friday released $100,000 direct deposit refunds to taxpayers as part of the first phase. That money would go to those who provided a bank account on their tax returns. Those taxpayers should receive it via direct deposit by this month. Those who filed their tax returns by July 31st and included a direct deposit account number will be getting their refunds by October. Hawaii state officials have stated that paper refunds will be distributed in batches of 2,000 checks. Taxpayers will receive it by the end of October at the latest, depending on supply chain issues, which may affect the timing of paper checks. Only those who filed an individual income tax return will automatically be processed. Those who did not file an income tax return can do so by December 31st. Those who did not file an income tax return can do so by December 31st in order to qualify. Under the plan, a family of 4 may receive $1,200 in tax refunds. Taxpayers earning less than $100,000 a year or couples earning less than $200,000 a year will receive $300 per person. A total of 535,000 taxpayers will receive the $300 per dependent refund. Governor Ige said distributing the tax refunds is one of his top priorities as he wraps up his time in office. And as long as you've filed your income tax return, Hawaii taxpayers are all set to receive this extra cash. But experts say that if you have moved recently, you should update your address on the state's official website. Well, my beautiful and awesome friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Thank you so very, very much for joining me here once again. The winner of today's Walmart gift card giveaway is Alan Glover. Congratulations, my dear friend. To claim your gift card, please check your notifications page or send me a message on my Facebook page. Thank you, my friends, and have a wonderful and blessed day.
The same day, the latest sky-high monthly inflation report came out. Our colleagues literally headed down Pennsylvania Avenue to the White House for a folk music concert celebrating additional hundreds of billions they had just dumped into green energy subsidies. Well, Mr. President, you know who isn't partying? Working families in Wisconsin who are paying a Democratic inflation tax averaging $673 every single month just to tread water. In Georgia, $681 every month. In Colorado, $953 every month. None of this had to happen. Didn't have to happen. Democrats were literally warned in advance that their plans for far-left reckless spending would send inflation through the roof and crush normal Americans. So what did our colleagues do? One gigantic party line spending bill in 2021, another huge reckless taxing and spending spree just this past summer, student loan socialism that is cashiers and carpenters eating the graduate school debt of doctors and lawyers. It adds up to nearly $3 trillion of party line waste. $3 trillion of party line waste. And it adds up to 13.2% inflation and counting. So, Democrats wanted one-party control of Washington. They got it. They promptly used that power to create a literal nightmare for American families. Now, one final matter. In my home state of Kentucky, college basketball ranks up there with horse racing as one of our signature pastimes. Our greatest players have become local heroes. Our greatest seasons become local legends. So it's no surprise then that our basketball coaches are larger-than-life figures. Plenty of notable ones have passed through the halls of our universities. But the University of Kentucky's John Calipari, Coach Cal to most of us, is already one for the history books. Of course, there's his record with the program, 365 wins, 4 Final Four appearances, and a national championship. There's also his record of public service. During the past 13 years with UK, Coach Cal has leveraged his position in the public eye to transform the face of charitable